The market's quiet today, just a slight move down in the S&Ps and a touch more volatility. Perfect time to stick to our style, which is conservative, patient, probability-driven trading. Let's trade together on Decay Factor. All right, let's get started. Today is Wednesday, 8/20/2025. And the E-mini S&Ps are down 0.38% with the VIX futures up 0.87%, which is really good for us if we're looking for opportunities. Based on the chart here, it looks like the market was down a little bit further earlier in the session, but it's kind of around the mid zone here on this candle. So let's go take a look and see what happened since our last trading session together. We had our last trade here was on 8/19, 1:41 p.m. We had CNC filled. This was a short strangle for $1.08, and I believe that happened after our live session yesterday. Yeah, it did. It was 1:41. We traded together, I believe, just shortly before that. Nothing else happened since then. Let's go take a look at our positions tab. We're only going to look at the positions with legs in the money. Let's look at our inverted strangle here in AI. We can see that we are in the money on our call, or rather, yes, we are, I'm sorry, in the money on our put, out of the money on our call. All right, if we get a rally here, we can get back into the zone. I'm looking for a rally here. Let's hope it happens. BTI, let's take a look at this one. Looks like we're trading 58.98. So we've actually rallied just a bit here. If we move up to this 60 strike here, or just north of that, we'll roll the puts up, but nothing to do yet on that one. And then Chipotle, we're just keeping an eye on this one. This is a defined risk spread here. So we're trading between our shorts, or our short and our long. And then we have IBM. And let's take a look. This one's also a vertical put spread, and we are trading between our strikes. So nothing to do on any of those. So what we'll do here next is we're going to take a look at DTE. We have about 9 days until 21 DTE. From an IVR standpoint, we're looking for positions that are naked, undefined risk under 20. We don't have any. And then earnings, same story, different day. We have Marvell coming up on 8/28 in 8 days. Let's just see where we're at on this one to see. Gosh, we're actually negative P&L on this one. So we were up like $70 in P&L, 70 cents for the one lot. But we've moved down here into this range. We're still between our short strikes, but we've moved down into this range where we have a negative P&L on this position. So, maybe I shouldn't have been greedy. Maybe I should have closed that one out when we were significantly up early on. Nothing wrong with closing a winner when you're up on P&L, but I didn't. And so let's see if maybe we can get a rally here in Marvell over the next couple of days and get this position to a positive P&L. All right, well, let's take a look at the watch list and see if there's any opportunities here for us to open any new trades, with the volatility being up just ever so slightly today. It really doesn't look like we have a lot of players on the scene here, but let's sort it by the IVX 5-day change. We have a Barrick Mining Company, which I don't think I've ever traded before, but it does have a 5-star liquidity rating. So I'm just going to go over here to a strangle, set this up for the 30-day. We'll go to the table mode and we'll stretch these strikes out to the 15 on the put side, delta, and the 15 on the call side. And gosh, you can just see here that there's no premium to be had here. So we're going to clear that one out. Nothing to do there. Let's take a look at the watch list again. EWZ we looked at yesterday. There wasn't really an opportunity in here, but you know what? Let's take a look again and see where we're at. So we'll go to a short strangle. We'll try to set that up. We'll push it out to 30 days. We'll slide to the 18 delta and the 19 delta, 40 cents. Nothing to do there. Just not any premium to be had. ETHA, let's see what we're doing on the chart here. We're, bouncing around here in the northern part of the zone, the 3 ATR zone. Let's take a look at how a short strangle sets up on this one. So we'll go to the 30 delta. I'm sorry, the 30-day expiration rather. Let's go to the 17 delta on the puts and the 16. Let's go to 18 deltas on the calls. $1.38, 18.78 on buying power. I'm okay with this lower credit, but buying power is just way too high for this, and I just don't feel comfortable with using that much buying power. So we're going to skip over that one. And that concludes all of our IVX 5-day changes that are green on this watch list. Everything else is red. I think we do have a 4-star filtered out. So let's just turn off 5, open up 4, see if there's anything in here. We already have a position in PE, HUT, and we know how NDX typically pans out. It's a larger underlying, and it's hard for us to even get a defined risk position on in there. So nothing to do there. It's going to be a pretty quiet day in the market for us today, with really not anything to do, just keeping an eye on our positions, making sure that nothing's getting away from us. This is the routine. It's not a super exciting, we're not driving Lamborghinis around, we're not flashing dollar bills, but we watch probabilities and we trade based on probabilities, and we trade very small. So if one position blows up, every once in a while, that's totally okay, and it's to be expected. So this is how we trade. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and come join us again tomorrow. Have a good day.